In this video, we're going to talk about the Mega Backdoor Roth IRA. Now, this is a strategy that you can use to get up to $69,000 into the Roth IRA. Now, if you're a small business owner, a high income earner, or you don't qualify for the Roth IRA, or you really just want to boost your Roth IRA savings into the Roth IRA with after-tax, tax-deferred, and tax-free dollars, this video is for you. If this is your first time at our channel and you haven't subscribed, click on the subscribe button at the bottom. My name is Travis Sickle, Certified Financial Planner with Sickle Hunter Financial Advisors. I know this sounds too good to be true. Watch this video. I'm going to show you the strategy on how to maximize your Roth IRA savings. And yes, it is true that you can put up to $69,000 into the Roth IRA in a single year with contributions. So we're going to start with the backdoor Roth IRA. That's just the regular backdoor Roth IRA. And then we're going to jump into the Mega Backdoor Roth IRA. And I think you'll understand how this all works once we get through it. So with the backdoor Roth IRA, we use the backdoor Roth IRA when we can't have access directly to the Roth IRA. So this is a kind of a loophole, if you will. So if you're single and you're earning $122,000 to $137,000, that's what we call the phase out. So if you're single and you make over $137,000, you don't qualify to save directly into the Roth IRA. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a backdoor Roth IRA. And if you're married filing jointly, those income limits are $193,000 to $203,000. So again, a phase out range, but if you make over $203,000 married filing jointly, you don't qualify for a Roth IRA. So you need other strategies to get the money into the Roth IRA. That's where the backdoor Roth IRA comes in. The way it works is you put the money into after-tax dollars into a traditional IRA. So traditionally or regularly, with the traditional IRA, those are pre-tax dollars. So they come off of your income to go into the traditional IRA. Now, this strategy requires that you put in after-tax dollars into that traditional IRA. And then what you'll do from there is you'll flip that over and do what's called a Roth conversion, and you'll flip that over into a Roth IRA, effectively saving into the Roth IRA just with a backdoor strategy. So that's why it's called the backdoor Roth IRA. Now, the Mega Backdoor Roth IRA is very similar, where we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to use your 401k. Now, if you're a small business owner, you can do this with a solo 401k or an individual K. There's a lot of different names for it, but they're all the same thing. It's basically just a 401k for a small business owner, but you can also do this with your 401k at work. You just need to make sure that it's set up to allow this type of transaction. Now, not all 401ks are going to be able to do it. That's why I like this for a small business owner, because you can go out there and make this work for you by finding the right plan and setting it up so you can do this type of conversion. And again, it's exactly the same as the backdoor Roth IRA. We're just going to do it on a much, much bigger scale. So if you don't know, you can save into a 401k up to $19,000 of your own money into a traditional or a Roth 401k, and you can split that up any way you want, but it can't go over that $19,000 limit. Now, in aggregate, the total amount of money that can go into a 401k plan is $56,000. Now, if you're 50 or older, you can bump that up another $6,000 and do what's called a catch-up contribution up to $62,000. So those are huge limits. So you're thinking, well, if I can only do 19, how can I get the rest of that money into the 401k? And that's where the after-tax dollars come in. So anything above and beyond what you are contributing into the 401k, you can do it as after-tax dollars. So it's kind of this third bucket, if you will. So it's not after-tax dollars like it's going into the Roth 401k. It's going into the traditional side, but it's going in as after-tax contributions. So you are paying taxes on the year that you contribute those dollars, the same as if you put it into the Roth 401k side. So you're putting these dollars into the traditional side, and then you're doing a conversion over into either the 401k Roth, the Roth 401k, or you can do what's called an InService Distribution and put it into your Roth IRA. So they're basically the same thing. Obviously, the one that you have at work is going to be limited to the investment choices, or you can flip it over into a Roth IRA and have all the investment options that you can imagine. Now, let's talk about two of those terms. So there's two terms that we need to be aware of. One's called an in-service distribution. That's where you're going into your 401k before you separate from employment, and you can actually roll that money wherever you want. If you want to take the money out of the plan, or you can roll it into IRAs, Roth IRAs. That's called an in-service distribution. Now, there's another term we're going to throw out there. So first we have in-service distribution, where we're taking the money from our current plan and putting it into an individual plan. The other one that we're going to look at is an in-plan Roth rollover. Now, again, this goes right back to the backdoor Roth that we just talked about, where we're taking the money from the 401k side, keeping it in the 401k, but rolling it from the traditional side over to the Roth side. They're effectively the same thing. It is a non-taxable event. Why? Because you already pay taxes on those dollars. It's just a matter of where it goes. So if you're doing an in-plan Roth rollover, it's going to stay inside the 401k. It's just going to go from the traditional side over to the Roth side. And remember, these are after-tax dollars going over to the Roth 401k. And if you do an in-service distribution, that's taking the money from the 401k and going into a Roth IRA, an individual retirement account. That is the only difference, effectively the same thing, but that is the terminology, those two pieces of terminology that you need to make sure that your plan can support. Now, again, not all plans have this, but if you are a small business owner, then you can find a plan that this will work well for you, where you can actually do this and get a ton of money. Now, going back to those contribution limits, the 415 limits to the plan is up to $56,000 if you're under the age of 50. If you're 50 or older, you could do an additional $6,000, bringing you to $62,000. Now, above and beyond that $19,000 threshold is you can do after-tax contributions. Again, if your plan allows it. Now, you can do the maximum amount all the way up to $56,000. Now, the thing that you need to be aware of is the match. Now, the match is inclusive of that $56,000. So if you're contributing the full $19,000, you can't just go ahead and put the difference in there. You have to look at how much was matched on your plan and subtract that out. So for example, if you're putting in $19,000 for easy math, $19,000, you get a match of say $1,000, easy math, $20,000 is already in the plan. Then the only thing you can do is the additional $36,000 up to the 56. So let's say that again. So you put in your $19,000, you get a $1,000 match, $20,000. Then going from $20,000 all the way up to that $56,000, that's going to be your $36,000. Now, let's say there was no match, so you put in your 19. That means there's $37,000 to go until you hit the $56,000 mark. And that is a hard number. You can't go above that no matter what you do. There's no loopholes above and beyond that in order to get that in there. So at this point, you're probably thinking, wait, I've only talked about the $56,000 or the $62,000 if you're 50 and older to get the money into the Roth IRA. Now, you can also do a Roth IRA, but you have to make below those thresholds that I talked about previously. If you're single, again, I'll read them off. If you're single, it's $122,000 to $137,000 is the phase out. So really it's the $137,000 or less that you can start putting money into the Roth IRA. And if you're married filing jointly, it's $193,000 to $203,000. So those are the two thresholds that you need to pay attention to if you're also going to contribute to the Roth IRA. And if you're married filing jointly, then you and your spouse have this opportunity to save that. So really, you can double that number if you both have 401ks that can allow for this, or you also can save into a Roth IRA. So there are two questions that you need to ask in order to qualify, in order to do the Mega Backdoor Roth IRA, and that is, do you have the ability to do an in-service distribution or an in-plan Roth rollover? So that's how you're gonna get the money from the one plan into the other plan. And then can you make after-tax contributions to that 401k? Now, again, not all plans are going to allow for this. So you need to look to see if you can do this. Now, if you're a small business owner, again, you can do this because there are plans out there that'll allow you to do it. So if your plan doesn't, you can flip that plan into a plan that allows you to do it. And let's say that your plan doesn't offer this. You can also ask your employer to make you a 1099, and then you can set up your own plan as a small business owner effectively. So there are ways and other strategies that you can take a look at. Now, whether or not this makes sense, that's another story. This is just one way to get a ton of money into the Roth IRA. It really depends on your particular situation, what tax bracket you're in right now, where it's going to be in the future. So there's a lot of assumptions that you're going to need to make to figure out whether or not the Mega Backdoor Roth IRA is right for you. But this is a great way that you can get more money into the Roth IRA. And going back to just boosting your Roth IRA dollars doesn't mean that you have to save $69,000 into the Roth IRA to do the Mega Backdoor Roth IRA. All you need to do is you can just put in a little bit if you want to. If you don't have the Roth side of it, but you can do after-tax contributions and you're a high income earner and you just want to get money into that Roth IRA, this is another strategy you can do it. So let's throw out a couple of examples. Let's say you're single, you make over $137,000, you don't have a Roth 401k at work, and you want to save more than the $6,000 threshold into a Roth IRA. Remember, I just said you made over $137,000, so you can do the regular backdoor Roth IRA. But let's say that you wanted to do additional dollars into the Roth side. So if you do have the InService Distribution option and the after-tax dollars that you can put into the 401k, then you can save additional dollars into the Roth IRA. In any case, if you want to do more than the $6,000 in any one year and you're under the age of 50, this is one strategy that you can use to get more money into the Roth IRA using the Mega Backdoor Roth IRA. Now, if you don't have that plan at work, and let's say you have a side gig where you're a 1099, and you want to put as much money as you can from that, again, over that $6,000 mark, then you can. There are other opportunities to get the money into the Roth IRA than just being capped at that $6,000 or $7,000. So the Mega Backdoor Roth IRA could be a great strategy to boost your retirement planning income, boost your Roth IRA, get tax-free dollars, but it's not right for everybody. It's not going to be available to everybody. So you want to make sure that you can do this strategy and whether or not it works for your particular situation. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and leave your comments down at the bottom.